In terms of periods, I can give you some time, but you will leave this video understanding the precise levels that we are now looking at for XRP. Frame, year end, that's all. If it's happened before, then it's okay. We feel like we're going to have problems. Although you have provided a time, the examination has no exact accuracy. We're going to talk about these goals now. Although it's not conceivable, I can assure you that by the end of the year, we're going to enter a world where Garlinghouse will be speaking with us. You know what? We're going to talk about the state of the market right now. Today didn't look very good. There was a slight freefall in the cryptocurrency market. Come on, unwind, and let's get this done. Bitcoin $6,693 Ethereum has dropped 2.68% during the last 24 hours, presently trading at $295. On the final day, it decreased by 3.7%. XRP, USD, and USDT are both approaching their dollar pegs, just where you want to see them. That's a mean lean 50% reduction of 2.43%. Not too bad, in my opinion. Here is the worst case scenario to listen to: Bitcoin isn't worth $60,000. You already know this. The hold time of 60 to 64,000 was the critical area. That area is critical. If that broke, 58K would be at risk. If that had broken, there would have been a $52,000 decline. From here, if the market drops by 10 to 15% from its current 10% level on Bitcoin, 10% of 60 equals $6,000, so you're looking at roughly $54,000, which is within reasonable bounds, isn't it? Even if we manage to get there, it won't be the end of the world because XRP would still decrease by 45. After another 5 cents, we have roughly 45 cents. This is exactly in the vicinity of the bottom. During the XRP period, I have been showing it to you. We will need to wait and observe, but not excessively. The market is trending more to the left, but the chop we are currently witnessing is what we will continue to see. This month, it may even decline until the markets gain momentum and begin to blow up, which is when Junisha should happen. My dear May-June was the original call date. Let's see. Time will tell if I was correct. I've got those lined up now. The forecasts are here. If you haven't been following my 5 for 5 Bitcoin predictions and forecasting the run, you are missing out. It's been 11 days since my last update. Since we informed you that we would be updating, we noticed that the price of Bitcoin reached 77 within a specific range. Ethereum was scheduled to grow to 6. I'm not sure if Ethereum took off. I was able to return, but due to Bitcoin's accuracy, we had to act quickly. We needed to pull, we needed to shove back down. We've been talking to you about cutting back. What we are seeing and receiving are chops. What is the next destination for Bitcoin? We are aiming for a simple 74K, and if we achieve it, we will travel to the moon. Did we really hit 77? I can't recall. Nevertheless, because it's been since March, I can't recall, but here are your zones. We dubbed the topic we alerted you to the impending chop. As we previously informed you, the bottom range is approaching, which is where we currently reside. We will enter XRP right now, but first, Jack Dorsey and I created an article for the Crypto News Report on my Crypto News website. Jack Dorsey's audacious forecast is this: by 2030, there will be 1 million Bitcoins. He believes that the number of Bitcoins will reach 1 million by 2030, which is an intriguing prospect. If you were to predict 2032, it would result in 2 bull runs, both of which would be feasible. Okay, so some predict that Bitcoin will reach $300,000 during this cycle and decline the following cycle. Based just on previous cycles, what are we looking at? We anticipate a rise in Bitcoin's value. As opposed to 2 to 3, you would anticipate 5 to 6. The question is, will we see that amount now that we've moved past it? Keep in mind that in 2018, Trump will meet with Ripple. If that number is what I'm expecting, it will take 2 cycles. He is aware of China's influence on Bitcoin. He is aware of Ripple's XRP activities. That's why Trump has been speaking out. He has mentioned the importance of understanding the laws as well as his familiarity with cryptocurrencies. He's aware of the industry's happenings. He is an all-knowing man, surely? He is not a moron. He's not foolish, he's not oblivious to it. When it comes to crypto policy, Charles Hoskins says, listen, you need to vote for people in the upcoming election who are behind and understand crypto, and he is spot on. We get it, there's a lot, and I'm telling you we're going to fly. Unlike our current president, who really is just trying to crush America, it is Brad Garlinghouse he's using. I questioned him right now about his greatest and lowest moments while working at Riverside. Listen up, this is a 2-minute clip. You've been doing this for 9 years, right? It was my 9th anniversary just now. I'm intrigued, having spent 9 years in what is perhaps the most unpredictable industry we have ever seen. What have been your highest and lowest points throughout those 9 years? You emphasized the highest point, which was undoubtedly an emotional roller coaster in and of itself. Oh, and I have a tattoo on my left shoulder that references this. On July 13th, Judge Torres and, to some extent, Brad Garlinghouse rendered the 2023 United States versus Ripple court ruling. There are actually 3 cases against me. 1 each against Chris and Ripple. Look, I think there are a lot of them. This has certain incomprehensible aspects. Even though you couldn't truly comprehend at first, you can tell when your life is in the hands of a judge. I'm not entirely sure. Though I genuinely thought we were correct, that epiphanic moment when we realized we had won everything we cared about, not just for Ripple, but for the industry as a whole, was a huge high. Still, even that moment was an emotional roller coaster that I don't mind sharing. This has not been disclosed to the general public. I lost it. Suddenly, it was as if, oh my God. It seemed as though you were cognizant of the immense energy present. This time, years of distraction and this amount of money are all significant factors. Yes, indeed, and just so. I'll go for the lowest, alternative. Low to a certain extent. It was on December 22nd, 2020, that they filed the case. No, that wasn't the same, because, as you recall, when we won on July 13th, we were unaware that the decision would be made. You know, I believe it was that day. Was undoubtedly unexpected. Isn't it, interesting? House sobbed and broke down. I take no responsibility. That seems like a lot for him to take on, especially after working for a company for so long that you become familiar with its policies. That's everything, if you understand what I mean. It stinks. It's terrible, huh? It's really unfortunate. I've been babbling for the past 8 minutes of this video, therefore, let's acquire an XRP. We've already gone over this, and I'm going to present it to you once again. We're going to break this down and clarify the details. This indicates the current situation. There is no if hands AB at the end of the year, but there is also no what if it happens in January. At the end of the year, XRP must have at least 1.65% dominance. You can see the exact math on the screen. This roughly translates to approximately 50 billion XRP, with some margin for error. The lowest possible XRP is 75 cents. By the end of this year, it cannot be 74 cents. It must be 75 cents. It cannot be 74.5 cents. It must have remained at that amount and converted 75 cents into the new base we're aiming for is 95 cents. That's where we want to be. However, if we hold and see 75 cents by the end of the year, we will see an extremely spectacular 2025, which may lead us to a 6% XRP dominance, which would bring us above a $6 XRP. In the worst case scenario, it needs to be 75. 2017 to 2018, in 2020 and 2021, we surpassed the 6% mark for dominance, touched it, and immediately recovered. When we reached our peak, bear in mind that it was in 2020 to 21. Many cryptocurrencies did not reach their peak prices. XRP is one of them if it continues on its previous trajectory and reaches this 6% dominance. Before the year ends, Mark and I notice a 75 cent additional P, which we have to hang on to. Thus, in September, we achieved a 75% XRP. Whatever month it is, October is June. If it forms and establishes a new base of 75 cents on all signs, it must be held. We will reach a complete dominance of 6%, as all indications indicate. I'm not saying we won't go higher. Compared to that, it would result in a price increase of over $6 XRP. That's the secret, but getting there is a journey, and as you can see, we are currently nearing the conclusion of the buy zone. We're going to begin testing that 75-cent mark soon. This is a crucial figure in flipping. If this doesn't occur, there will be a lot of negativity ahead. XRP can drop out of the top 10 at that point. I'm not dispersing. Any idea? I'm not announcing the end of the world. Rather, I'm telling you that the charts indicate that this is something we do not want to happen. I will eventually need to see a 75C X-ray before the year concludes, or else it must be present throughout this year. We are on the verge of 2025, barring a recurrence of the same abyss we endured in 2021 when XRP's rejection around the $190 region prevented an all-time new high. If XRP only reaches the $2 mark in this bull cycle, people, it will be nothing more than a collapse in the terrible times I've been in since 2017. We will be carrying these bags for another 4 years. The quantity of XRP I own would disgust you. I firmly believe in the technology. I think that what Ripple is doing is genuine. This is our everyday lives as XRP holders. Since 2017, the all-time high has remained unbroken.